Today I will tell you how to survive in Russia. Shh. Everybody thinks that Russia is a very criminal place, and if you go here then you definitely somebody will steal from you or something, and something bad can happen. So today I'm going to maybe give to you some tips what you can do to be safe in Russia and what you shouldn't do to avoid some problems. You shouldn't kind of show up that you have so much money, especially if it's not some pleasant districts and if it's evening. So maybe it's better, you know, to be a little bit shy and keep your stuff like, you know, somewhere like inside, and don't, you know, like provocate people to follow you and maybe steal from you something. Give me your camera, no? Several like days or like 1 week ago, when Finnish people actually visited Russia, our Finnish acquaintance. So, and it happened in St. Petersburg. They took taxi, and because of the reason that they didn't, you know the prices for the taxi, which is good and which is not, of course taxi driver, when they hear and when they can see that there is some foreigners, they're saying to you much more higher prices for the taxi, and they trying to get from you like everything what you have. I mean, when I also worked in the hotel, we had several times some situation when, for example, some foreigners, they came to us, to administrators, and they said that they have problem with taxi driver because taxi driver said to them that they need to pay like thousands of rubles, and well, they don't have that much money, and they didn't ask before, for example, they went into the car how much it will cost. So, and of course taxi driver tried to cheat them, so it's not so good, I can say, but it can happen. So to avoid these kind of situations, it's not the commercial now, you can just download like an app. We have 3 apps which, for example, I'm basically using in Russia, with which you can order the taxi, and in this app there is fixed price kinda, so you can see how much you will pay like from one district to another if you go, and they can't, you know, ask from you some extra money. To the city center 50,000 rubles. I think I'm not the best taxi driver in Russia, but I try to. I can tell you and also put here somewhere their icons of these apps. So the first one, but I'm not so for it, because also like with Russian people some unpleasant situations happened in this taxi, like that the taxi drivers were like not so, you know, nice, or they did some shit, but well, lots of people using only this kind of program is Yandex Taxi. You can pay by cash, or if you, for example, will connect your card with this app, then you can pay by card. But as I said, I'm not so trusting to this app anymore, but before, like maybe 1 year ago, I used only this app. So, but now I'm using it only if I don't have any other choices, so, and I'm paying only by cash. The second one, and it's my favorite one, I'm always using it like in any time, and maybe for 98% of my like taxi driving experience, everything was fine with this app, and nothing bad, thank God, happened. So it's called Get Taxi, and you can also like pay by cash or by card, like if you connect your card with this app. I connected my card with this app, so everything is fine, and they didn't like steal something from my card or whatever. And the next one, which you probably know and heard about if you're from like Europe or like, I don't know, America, so it's very popular there, it's Uber. But why I don't like Uber? For example, all of my acquaintances, they're saying, ooh, Uber is so cool, blah blah blah. I don't like it because the price there are not fixed. At least last time when I used it, it wasn't fixed price, so kind of, you know, taxi driver tried to cheat, and he did more longer trips, you know, around the city, like, because then the money, you know, counting, and he will receive kind of more. So, and also last time when my like kind of, you know, boss, like organizer, when we had shootings, it was night, and he offered for me taxi from Uber, so there wasn't so pleasant taxi driver, and it wasn't nice. He tried to kick me out from the taxi like during the night. It was maybe 2 a.m. already, and like because of the reason that I didn't have money with me, and this company with whom we worked with, they kind of, you know, arranged this kind of stuff, so I couldn't leave taxi, and I needed like kind of, you know, to deal with this crazy taxi driver. Thank God I made it. I like came home safe, but who knew if like you know, there would be some other more crazier guys or something, so I don't know. With Get it's never happened, but with Uber there were these kind of unpleasant situations, so it's only your choice. It's up to you. If you like Uber, then use Uber, so much people like it, but well, not me. That's basically all. When you're ordering, you can just see their fixed amount, and the taxi driver will not cheat on you. You can even not to speak with them. They will not know that you're a foreigner, so well, but anyway. And this app's also like available in English version, so you can just use it as easier as I don't know what. Okay, so the next stuff which you probably shouldn't do if you want to be safe in Russia, it's when you're going to some parties. There is several famous streets in which you can go, in which kind of, you know, famous for the bars itself and so on, but there is also near the street so much, you know, these poor people, so much homeless people, so, and I'm not saying that don't go there, but just be careful. For example, I faced one day, it was in St. Petersburg, like Rubinstein Street. It's one of their, you know, most famous streets where is like lots of bars and some, you know, these restaurants in which you can drink. I met with my friend there, so we just chilled, and then like start to leave the street, you know, to come back to Nevsky Prospect. During our walking, maybe 3 people, it was like maybe walking, you know, for 2 minutes, so 3 people asked for some money. First one asked like to you know, drink something. Yeah, it was some alcoholic, and he was like, oh hi, can I have some money? Well, not so nice. And you never know if these people can, you know, then like be crazy, or they have some other criminal groups like around the corner, and you know, they will kind of steal something from you or whatever. So the second one, it was woman on the horse. She was literally on the horse, like, and she came to us and asked like, oh sorry, do you have some money for my horse, like for food and whatever. And the third person, it was some like woman who looked like gypsy, so we didn't even speak with her because I'm really afraid of gypsies, because I heard so much stories that they just, you know, telling to you what to do, and then you don't understand even by your own why you're doing this and how. You understand that you shouldn't, but you're just doing and, you know, giving to them all of your money, all of your stuff, what you have. From that point, we are going to the next step, which you shouldn't do. Don't talk with strangers in the street, especially with some gypsies, especially with the person who are not looking so trustable, you know. I know you cannot believe, but they just hypnotized you, or what is this word? Hypnotized you, so like that you will just do everything what they will say. And it's like my boyfriend, he is not believing in that. He is also Finnish, and he's saying, "Ooh, Russian magic." I'm not believing in that, but well, it's actually happening, like so much, and so much people doing this. Also, my teacher in the school, she told to us the story how, like, you know, these gypsies, they just stole everything from her house just because like she opened the door, and then boom. Be kind of, you know, aware of them, like of course not run away like immediately, but I mean just don't talk to them, don't look at them, and everything will be fine. Don't leave your stuff anywhere, I mean anywhere, because I know that in Finland, for example, it's so funny, like people can leave, you know, their Mac, their like phone, their some other technique, and nobody will steal it. Well, of course there is some like small chance that somebody of course can take it, but basically nobody's stealing anything. In Russia it's not working like that. Of course we have honest people, of course sometimes people returning to you the stuff which you lost, but most of the time you will not find your stuff then. Don't forget it anywhere, don't leave it anywhere, always keep it with you. Even for example, like I know it's ridiculous, but even when I'm going for work, I'm like currently working as a teacher, so I'm like teaching some like video blogging stuff, how to make videos and so on. Never mind. Even in this work, because there are several floors, so there are several offices, if I'm wearing some, for example, expensive jacket, I'm not leaving it outside of the room. So I'm like taking it with me, and also my bag I'm taking it with me. If for example, like before lesson, when I don't have my students, you know, in the class yet, I need to go down and take some equipment, I will take my bag with me. Of course, like maybe it's too much and you would say, oh, you're just having paranoia, but well, people are all different, and I'm not denying that Russian economy, well, we are a very rich country, but people don't have money, you know. The fact which I almost forgot, if you're in some public place, for example, if you're traveling by bus, by metro, or like, you know, you're just walking in the city center and there is so much people that you're, you know, going just one by one, very close to each other, please, and you have some bag, like, touch it. I mean, put it to yourself. Like for example, I'm always putting my bag like that if I'm in metro, when I'm going to some university or some other, like, you know, place, and I have my backpack here, I'm taking it off and I'm keeping it like that. Like not because I have some gold there, but of course I have something which I don't want that it would be stolen, so I'm like keeping it like that, and that's normal. You can also notice that women's, like, you know, will touch the, like, you know, just keep their bags like that, or some other people will do something, so it's fine. We are protecting our space, because in this time when people are so much closer to each other, there is so much people there, and of course there can be risk like to meet some burglar. And actually I can say that that's basically all. Of course, like if you're walking during the night, be like careful, and especially if it's not pleasant districts, I wouldn't recommend for girls, for example, to walk alone. In conclusion, I can say that Russia, it's not so scary place, it's not, but you just like, you just need to think. You just need to think what you're doing, because we have it. We just have it, and we need to accept it. But still, it's very beautiful. It's very picturesque, and people are there so nice. Really, they're so nice. But everywhere you can find some minuses, and these are our minuses. But still, if you wanted or planned to travel to Russia, to Moscow, to St. Petersburg, or to some other small cities, welcome! I hope you enjoyed this video. Give me a big thumbs up if you did. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel not to skip next interesting videos, and see you guys soon. Bye!